Welcome in on this slouchy Sunday. NBA Finals Game 7. Unfortunate circumstance. Tyrese Haliburton went out with an Achilles tendon. And you saw it right there on the instant replay. Bad. Terrible. You seen it pop. Unfortunate for the young man in a situation like this, Game 7. Being the underdog, just trying to be a leader for your team and trying to pull out this last game to hold up that trophy. And they had a good of shot as OKC to do just that. Your spiritual leader is out. It's like he's the mascot of the team. That's how important he is. When he goes out, they get sad. See, Haliburton didn't only score. He assisted and got this team in their rhythm, getting them easy buckets, making the right pass, timely right passes. All that's mixed up now. You got to find other ways. So, Kevin Durant, huh? Houston Rockets finally pulled the trigger. And when you let it all sink in, you start thinking about Jalen Green. Look, it's all a touchy situation. You know, you get used to players being in your city, right? Even though you know moves need to be made. I wasn't excited about getting Kevin Durant. And the reason why, and we're going to break this down. Because, yes, I said I'm not all bought in on KD. And they're valid points. But I'm going to tell you why this is not a bad trade. See, I was thinking Houston might have had to come off a little more than what they had to. And when you look at this, they got away with a steal. And the reason why I say they got away with a steal, look, KD is KD. No one ever said KD couldn't produce. No one ever said KD is not a knockdown shooter. No one ever said KD couldn't come through in the clutch. KD can do all of that even at 37 years old. But the problem I've had, and probably some other people, is that he's unavailable when you need him. He's older now. Yes, injury prone. That's the only knock on KD. That's why I didn't want this trade. That's why I didn't want KD's up in age. What he's going to give you, 40 games? And just hope he gets healthy enough for the down stretch to be there to bring you through? It's a lot of gambling going on. But I thought Houston might have to sell the cow and the chicken to get him. That wasn't the case. After weeks of negotiations, Phoenix has agreed to trade Durant to Houston. The Suns got back a couple of quality players. Phoenix receives Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, first round 10th pick, 5 second round picks. And when you look at that, and you just let it manifest on your brain, and we'll go to Jalen Green. Look, Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, thanks and appreciate it. Loved you in Houston. You came through to the best of your abilities. You gave it all you had. You enjoyed being here in Houston. You enjoyed being a Houston Rocket. What you had to offer, you gave it up. Unfortunately for Jalen Green, time ran out on him. Houston betted on he would not turn around. They had to make a move. And like I said before, I was just wondering how much they had to give up. Now, if it's just Jalen Green for Kevin Durant, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Even swap, even though Durant's up in age, Jalen Green still trying to find his way, and I still wish him the best, even in Phoenix. Don't hate the guy, wishing him the best. Hope he turns into that all-star player. I really do. But in a situation like this with KD, you can't pass it up. Even if he gives you 2 years or 3, you can't pass it up. The young players we already have on this team, they don't need to be babied anymore. They're learning right now on the fly how to win. Durant's going to plug in right into that. When it's time for Durant to leave, my biggest concern was what we're going to have left. We're going to have a whole lot left. You know why? Because they gave up Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, a number 10th pick, which you don't know how that would have turned out. You'd have still been on a waiting period, trying to develop this player. Could have been 2-3 years. Could have been the same deal with Jalen Green, waiting until he comes along. Could be longer. And then 5 second-round picks, which that's an outstanding gamble too. Remember, Houston still can build. Still moves to be made. They didn't give up the cow and the chicken. You still got Jabari Smith, Tyrese. You still got Reed Shepherd. Huh? Still got the veteran Van Vliet. Now him and KD matching up, leading this team for his experience. You still have up-and-coming superstar, Amen Thompson. You still got Cam Whitmore. You get my drift? They didn't get rid of the cow and the chicken. No. Houston is still in contention for a very long time. And to get away with pulling in a KD, Kevin Durant, for these 2 or possibly 3 years, what can he give? How long can he last? You can't beat it. They're in position. Congratulations to Emi Udoka for his extension. Oh, yeah. Just like Steven Adams, well deserved. And as you see on this image, Emi Udoka and KD look like they're getting along very well, don't it? Don't it? They don't look like strangers, do they? I don't think so. This is going to be a match made in heaven. And look, folks, I know I sound like I'm upbeat about it when I said I did not want KD on this team. But understand, my thought process is we might have had to give up too much to get him in. That wasn't the case. And I still have concerns. Don't worry about it. I still have concerns. Yeah. Age, him getting injured again, missing games or not being there in the playoffs. I'm going to knock on wood for it. Don't want to see it. Because if he can stay upright, these Rockets are going to be right there knocking on the door of winning an NBA Finals. I have no doubt with this defense. And now you got a knockdown shooter, a go-to guy, half court, wherever you need him. 6 minutes left in the game. We ain't talking about somebody going ghost and you can't find him. He's not that type of player. That's what we was waiting on for Jalen Green to come through. But time ran out. And Dillon Brooks. That's a tough one too. To lose Dillon Brooks. He was a fan favorite. You want to talk about playing hard. Dillon Brooks, just like I said with Steven Adams, without Dillon Brooks, Rockets don't even come close to the record they had, probably when he made the playoffs. That's how big he was. When Jalen Green was on his stuff, not coming through, offense stagnant, falling short of just producing possession by possession, you have Dillon Brooks stepping up, knocking down crucial three-pointers. having an out-of-body experience, playing in the post, doing turnaround jump shots, playing in transition, bullying people, going through the lane, making layups. He was doing it all. He was the emotional leader. Yeah, he picked up a couple of technical fouls, had some ejections, but he was setting the tone. He was setting the culture here in Houston, not no pushovers. When you play us, you better keep your hands to yourself and keep your mouth closed. Because if not, we're going to win that emotional and physical battle. And they've shown that. There's times they got right under Golden State's skin. Yeah. And speaking of all of that, if the Rockets had KD this year going against Golden State instead of Jalen Green, they would have beat the Golden State Warriors. That's all that was missing. A guy coming through in the clutch, knocking down the shots. And he didn't even have to be hot. Just hit him occasionally, or when you need him or down the stretch, just hit half of them. That'll send Golden State home. Golden State know that. They know it, trust me. They was wiping their foreheads. They was, relieved to get by these Houston Rockets. You better believe that. You better believe it. So congratulations to the Ime Udoka. Everything I envisioned when they was just speculating and talk about bringing this guy in, I already knew what time it was. When Ime Udoka was coming, I knew everything was straight. I already knew his pedigree. I knew what type of coach he was. Turned it around immediately. Immediately. That's why everybody want to play for him. Players coach indeed, but he knows how to get the best out of his players. Oh, yeah. And his players know if they don't come through on their defensive end and they have stepping, they'll be coming to the bench. Yeah, don't matter. Reminds you of somebody, don't it? Popovich. Yes. And shouts out to Pop. Hope he's doing well. Recovering from, his situation. Won't see him on the sidelines, but he'll be behind the scenes. Great mind, head coach. No doubt about it. So this trade here is not bad, folks. People who are against this trade, just sit back and look at it. The Rockets didn't give up too much. Everybody was looking at Jalen Green, arguing about him all season long, or all the 4 years he's been here, about him coming through. Some of y'all are sweethearted on him. Y'all sad. Y'all emotional that he's gone. Y'all wanted the Rockets to give him one more year. Yeah, I know it. Then after that, you'd be hollering for another one. Then next thing you know, somebody else is getting traded or fired behind it. But yeah, Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks in a 10th pick, 5 second-round picks. Rockets came out of this one clean. They came out of this one clean. Because you got all your guys still intact, man. Intact. Even after KD leaves. You might see something else before the season starts. So I'm here to tell you, I'm with it, and you have to be with it. Because if you're rolling with the Rockets, and when they do certain things that you don't like, yeah, you're going to be frustrated for a while, upset, but you got to roll with it, and you have to support it because it's your team. And you with them all the way. I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed for this KD situation, him staying healthy. And hopefully he don't have to max himself out. He shouldn't have to. This roster is loaded. He don't have to carry the load the whole year or even for a whole game. He shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to average 30 points for us to get wins. Some nights he should be able to score 15, 16 points and still get a win. That's the balanced attack the Rockets have. Even with KD wasn't here and Jalen Green was still plugged in. They mostly play by committee. And then when, it bogged down to the end, you got Alper Sengun, you got Jalen Green trying to work their magic. That luck just ran out. Got impatient. And Albert Shingun, that's another guy I forgot to mention. You still got him on the roster, man. Look, hey, it's like from frowning to it turning up into a smile when you looked at what Houston receives and what Phoenix got. So, wishing Jalen Green the best, wishing Dillon Brooks the best, and we praying for a lengthy season for Kevin Durant. All right? I really wasn't too happy about it when I started hearing the whispers throughout the season about KD, even last season. But man, if they would have came to me and said, well, Jalen Green is going to be gone and Dillon Brooks, basically, we'll just forget about the picks and stuff. Let's just say Jalen Green, Dillon, and then you sit back and think about it, I said, you know what, let's go ahead and make this deal. Yeah, let's make this deal. Yeah, he's up in age, but KD still got it. He still got it. He just got to stay healthy. He still got it. And he's going to show that next season. And my hope is he don't have to max himself out throughout the season. We can rest him a lot. Hey, man, if you're able to sit him down on some back-to-backs when you get down to the back end of the season, hey, do just that. Do just that. Plus, I like to see these other players come along now. Like I say, the training wheels are off. Training wheels are off. They don't need somebody to teach them, hold their hand, and show them how to win no more. It's time to go get it now. Man, Thompson's got it. His role is going to get bigger. Jabari Smith's role is going to get bigger. And I think he's capable of it. Probably be getting him back in the starting lineup now since these two guys are gone. It's possible. I'm hoping Cam Whitmore comes through now. Get rid of some of his pouting. Hoping he can get the minutes he's been asking for. And D up to stay on the floor. And quit being sporadic with his shot selections. Yeah, he can carve out some minutes. He get that situation figured out. Reed Shepard. Ain't no better knockdown shooter than Reed Shepard. He just keep building that confidence and keep letting it go. He'll see some more minutes. This is Slouchy Sunday. Y'all enjoy it. I appreciate it. But KD to H-Town. Just weighs on your mind. But we're going to see. We're going to see if Houston can make it do what it do, baby. We're going to see. Thanks for y'all time. G.S.Q.H, Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. We'll see what it brings. We out of here. Peace.